Okay, now that we have our collection view rendering, what we want to do is display our emoji. But a collection view cell by default doesn't have the ability to display an image. So we're going to need to start by creating a custom cell. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to right click on the Moviemoji folder and select a new file. Swift, of course. We're going to call this emoji collection view cell. Now that we press create, we want to change the import from Foundation to UIKit and create a subclass called emoji collection view cell from a UI collection view cell. Now, let's wait a second. Let's give a chance for the compiler to detect that we're missing some things. And a warning will eventually pop up in a second. Let's start by helping out the compiler and implementing the initWithFrame method. First thing we do, of course, is called super and pass the frame parameter. Now, we could go ahead and write some preparation methods, but wait, the compiler is trying to help us now. We're going to go ahead and click on this red icon, and it's telling us to insert override, and that's because the initFrame function exists on a UI collection view cell already. Awesome. We're going to go ahead and click on the second one, and this is going to tell us that we need to provide this method with a subclass of UI collection view cell. So we're going to double tap that, and we're going to include a failable initializer called initWithCoder. That's pretty much all we need from Xcode. We could do the rest on our own. So let's go ahead and write a function called prepareContentView and create an extension that's going to hold all of our preparation methods. Now all we're going to do in this function is set the content view background color. We'll set this to white. We're going to go back to initWithFrame and we're going to create another method called prepareImageView because we want this custom cell to be able to display an emoji. So let's go here and write the prepareImageView method. We're going to need a property for the actual image view. And now we can implement the internals of the prepareImageView method. Well, do we know what image we want it to hold yet? No. We know we want it to be some sort of emoji. So what do we know? We know that we want the image view to render the image nicely. So perhaps let's change the content mode to be scale aspect fill. So the image view fills up the bounds, or the image fills up the bounds of the image view. Now let's go ahead and let's add this image view as a subview to our content view. Now the last thing we need to do is we need to write some layout code. In a custom view subclass, we want to override a method called layoutSubviews. Call super, of course. This is where we will handle the laying out of our code in custom views. So let's go ahead and write a function called layoutImageView. And let's write a matching extension for the grouping of our layout code. Let's set the image view frame to be the content view bounds. Awesome. Looks like our custom cell is good to go. So let's jump back to the view controller and let's change where we registered the collection view cell, UI collection view cell, to our new custom emoji collection view cell. Now let's scroll down for cell for item and index path, and let's change the return type from DQ reusable cell. We want this cell to be of type emoji collection view cell. And we want it to be explicitly casted to an emoji view collection view cell. And that's because DQ reusable cell returns a UI collection view cell instance by default. So now that we have this, we could remove this line of code because we already set the content view in our prepare content view method, and we can try to set our image view to be some image. But at this current moment, we don't really have any images other than the ones in our asset catalog. So let's go ahead and click on the asset catalog and grab an image just for testing. We're going to select Panda 1. Copy this text by double-clicking on it, and go back to cell for item and index path and create an instance of an image. We'll use the named initializer and paste the string we just copied. Now that we've done that, if we build and run, we should see some pandas on the screen. Awesome. Now we have a custom cell displaying our pandas. In the next video, we're going to make this collection view display all of our emoji, not just a single one. Stay tuned.